left in that car. They already got your phone tapped, so they know what kind of car coming in anyway. They want to make sure you get into where you at, so they can stalk you at the next location.
I feel you, bro. Definitely. Yo, we are back. We are back. We are back. Part two. Part two, baby. E, how you feeling, baby?
Tune in to the tune-up show. Tune up to the tune-up show. Everybody, tune in to the tune-up show.
I love it. I love it. I mean, look, man, look. And like I tell people all the time, man, look. This information is so public. It's about what you want to look up to. This is part two. It may not be as long as the first one. I don't really care if it is or not. But we're going to get into this again. Yo, E, so you dropped a really big name in part one. Robert Mueller.
Yeah. Former FBI director. Robert
So
Mueller.
I want to jump right into this. This is a message that he sent to, this is the Corporation for Public Broadcast, CPB, the same thing that runs PBS and all the other everything. He sent this on this channel. So let's get into this.
So this is a letter that the FBI director sent to the former President Trump.
Let's do this. Let's get into it. Now, obviously, look, if you want to look this up, I will put this in the description. So I want to read it. Do you think we should read this? I think we should read this because this is definitely something
eye-opening. This is eye-opening and ear-catching.
I'm not the best reader. You know, I don't. You know what? No more. We're just gonna go right into it. I told everyone part two. This is part two. Are you being watched? Yes. Indefinite. You are being watched. This is part two of Are You Being Watched? It is an indefinite. It is an indefinite. Yes, you are being watched. All right, so let's get into this. I'm gonna read this, and let's do this. Hello, this message was sent to President Trump. Very important. Director Mueller explained FBI is terrorizing and framing innocent people. Please read. Government harassment judiciary report. FBI Director Robert S. Mueller, as seen in the WikiLeaks and Stephen Hatfield cases, to name but two of a large number of incidents where the U.S. government criminally broke domestic and international law in unduly harassing, terrorizing, abusing, and attempting to literally destroy people. The FBI, the CIA, and Pentagon are willing to stoop to unprecedented lows to neutralize individuals the government's conduct never really changed over the years. From time of civil rights movement, each surveillance program just bears a new name with old tactics to cover illegal covert activity being waged against innocent people. As technology progresses, so does the intrusive level of government spying. With the progression of time, there has also been a significant deterioration in common sense and decency at a government level. The government spying on innocent people for political and social reasons is unconstitutional, unseemly, and unbecoming. To preach liberty and justice for all and tout the Constitution at every turn in the world, then so viciously and abominably violate it against Americans and international citizens. It is bold-faced hypocrisy. It tells the nation and the world the government doesn't stand for squat. Only what is expedient to a particular administration or federal agency. The government's conduct in trampling the rights of the poor and middle class, summarily spying on anyone they feel like, while arrogantly officiating the illegal redistribution of wealth in the corporate sector. giving impunity to criminals stealing from others and acting out of self-interest has permanently damaged America, hence two administrations in a row being unable to stem the ongoing financial depression. Government corruption has destroyed America via the destructive and haughty behavior of the Bush administration, which is being carried on by the current president. Yes, current president.
Yes.
Joe Biden. Jojo. One would think such a terrible wake-up call via an unprecedented financial crisis would be a catalyst for change within the government. But they have refused to desist the corrupt conduct. Billions in taxpayer money is being wasted on terrorizing people in and outside the country who are deemed a threat to national security, when in actuality, they pose a political risk to a particular politician, which is insufficient reason to engage in such conduct. When a psychotic President Bush Jr. can sick the Secret Service on a 12-year-old over slamming him on her blog while engaging in her right to free speech, the government has gone too far when a psychotic President Bush Jr. Okay, that was a typo. They hung the wrong man in response to Saddam Hussein's execution. So look, you want to read more of that? Read on. I read enough of that to the point where, yes, it's true. This was brought to me by E-Man. Thank you, E-Man. Thank you, E-Man. Yeah, thank you, E-Man, for bringing this to our attention. So, this is proof. This is from Director Mueller. You take the floor, man.
Himself. No, I mean, this isn't... This is important that I want all the listeners to really understand. And you can look this particular declassified document released by the former FBI Director Richard Mueller himself, Robert Mueller, that this is not a man with anxiety, frustrated, letting out his steam. This is an actual letter from the FBI to the former President Trump about the FBI and the CIA's illegal activities against innocent civilians such as myself, particularly domestic terrorism. So this is real. This is not made up. This is not make-believe. It is so covert in our society today sometimes because they can activate manpower at any location within minutes. So this is systematic already before your eyes, unawares. You have no idea that is going on if you're not targeted or directly involved or a part of this domestic terrorism that goes on in the United States today in 2023. And this has been happening prior to 2011. And in my particular opinion, I believe, based upon the last video that was uploaded from this channel, Tune Up and Tune In to the Tune Up Show, that the 9/11 attacks was an excuse to bring forth the New World Order. It was a stage set up to bring forth the one world government, the one world currency, and the one world religion set up by the elites.
Amen. And look, I'm a goofy guy, but I'm also a very serious guy. Everything he just said within the last 20 seconds was, I mean, my God, I couldn't have said it no better than myself. This is it. This is the Tune Up Show. Real people, real problems, seeking real answers. Okay? So, we're going to just get into the meat of what we were talking about. E-Man kindly, in the first part, he kindly invited my channel into his life, which I am forever grateful for. I just want to play a video.
Ditto.
I'm sincerely grateful for you coming around, okay, and just saying exactly what's needed to be said, okay, and doing this part two of you. And this goes out to anyone. If you want to get on board, anyone that wants to say anything, have some. Look, if you can hold an hour or two, bring your receipts, bring anything you want to discuss. Let's go. We out here. But until then, we're talking about gang stalking. We're talking about how the government, the United States of A, is helping. They are here to pretty much surveil you to the point where you don't even think you're being surveilled. Okay, so E-Man is getting his stuff together. So I'm gonna play this video. Okay, I'm gonna play this video as E-Man's getting his stuff together, because this is what we're talking about, and we're going to see E-Man. He pretty much said, like, it could be your wife, it could be your wife's friends, it could be your husband's friends, your children, your children's friends. Okay, this is how deep it goes. All right, so let's get it popping. We're going to make it happen, guys. Let's do this. Let's do it.
Okay, gang stalking in neighborhoods, subdivisions, apartment complexes. Okay, the way gang stalking works is, say for instance, this is your house and this is your apartment. What they're gonna do is they're gonna have people to move around you. They're gonna rent houses around you. They're gonna rent apartments around you, just for the purpose of stalking you and using witchcraft and all that stuff they do. Okay? And I guess, for instance, if this is your house, I guarantee you, you're going to have one person or two people, two houses, and all their sole job is to do is to spy on your house, to watch what you're doing, to watch when you leave, watch when you come back home. Again, and every time you leave, they're going to make a phone call or make a text to somebody or even law enforcement, because they're all involved. Most of these people are receiving checks. Okay, they're being paid to do this. They're not just doing this for nothing. They're being paid to do this, okay? And then, of course, with the stalking, you have small airplanes could be flying over your house or helicopters flying around. They're all working together. They're all working together against these targeted individuals. And this is how they operate. They don't get police to just come and rent your house and spy on you. Nowadays, they get somebody that lives around you and spy on you. That person is the one that's going to be spying on you, and they're going to make phone calls on everything they see going on. And that's how they gang stalk in neighborhoods.
Disgusting.
It is disgusting.
That is disgusting.
It is disgusting. It's very disgusting, and I try, and it's funny because no, it's not. It's not funny, but when he mentioned witchcraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get into some meat real fast. I mean, I'm not going to, if you don't mind, E. I know I talk a lot.
No.
I talk a lot.
I just have so much content to share.
I'm going to just say this on the witchcraft part. For those people, men, women alike, the beginning stages, the first level of witchcraft is being susceptible to other suggestions. Okay? So that means zodiac. That means just being suggestible. Okay? That's all witchcraft is about. Just being susceptible and open to suggestion. Okay, that goes against what you're supposed to be doing as a human being. That's all witchcraft is. And when someone says like, okay, well, I'm on this level, I'm on a high level, you better get the fuck away from them. And excuse my language, but you better get away from that person real fast. Because when they say they're on a high level of witchcraft, 9 times out of 10, they're on a level of animal or even maybe human sacrificing. Okay, this is real stuff, and I'm so glad that I have someone to be on record with me about this witchcraft, about gang. Everything ties in together. So I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna shut up now. And E, I want you to take away, man. What do you want to talk about?
I just want to share with people. This is a psychological war. And some of the best government's tools are psychological warfare tactics. So some of these include, right, and I just want to share these. Yeah, I just want to share these with people. Along with the surveillance, they condition you to whereas targeted individuals like myself, you get sensitized to certain stimuli everywhere you go. So for instance, someone will cough when they walk past you, or someone will say something that only you would know when they walk past you. Someone will wink their eye at you in a crowded place, and it'll condition you to the part where you kind of self-police yourself to the fact that anyone who is doing anything similar is involved in that type of harassment. So that's where the self-policing kind of concept comes at. So that's one thing that I noticed that you have to be aware of. There's also mobbing, where everywhere you go, you see a covert display of people following you. And they often use words that you've been conditioned to that you use yourself. There's street theater, where you'll be driving or sitting out on your porch, and you'll see a straight performance of a bunch of people on their bikes, revving their cars, revving their engines. You'll be in the house and you'll hear the same thing. You'll go outside, you'll experience the same thing. And all these things are conditioning your stimuli to, like I said, to self-police and react and protect yourself, and also to kind of be on guard, like, okay, well, this is strange. And that's the whole psychological warfare of this demonic program called gang stalking. So they'll use speakers, they'll use electronics, there'll be sound campaigns, where, for instance, when I was in a particular
sound components?
No, a sound campaign where there'll be...
Yeah, explain that.
There'll be like...
I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm listening, man.
Yeah, they will, because it's the government, and they have unlimited resources in to whatever they want. So there'll be a set of construction workers outside, and early in the morning, they'll be digging in the ground. You'll hear noises, and it'll be a pattern of every day. It'll be dogs barking early in the morning to disrupt your rest. But this isn't a one-time coincidental kind of activity. It'll be a daily activity, maybe at least 4 days a week, and it'll last from anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. It's to disrupt you. It's to harass you. It's to bother you. So even though the thing is, while it's going on to you and it's directed to you, the people around you are being affected as well. So it doesn't go on for long periods of time as far as the sound campaigns. I've been in hotels to get away from so-called hidden microphones or so-called hidden cameras. And the same activity that I witnessed in my home will take place inside these hotels. So after doing some research, I found out that the InfraGard corporations who have workers working in these hotels doing construction on the roads and the highways, Route 73, the Black Horse Pike, etc., they're all in on this gang stalking.
Oh my God. Are you... Wait, all right, so if you don't mind if I interject, but like you just dropped a whole lot right there. So, cause see, it's... All right, so... Give me a minute.
It's so demonic.
Let me, and that's exactly what it is. It's very demonic. Okay. What we've witnessed within this last year on the Grammys, the Super Bowl halftime show, a lot of people laughed it off. Rihanna. This is not the first time Rihanna was accused of being a devil worshiper. Okay, this is not the first time, and she just laughed it off.
It's known.
You know, it's very known. The baby that she has or had is ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky is a very known witch and warlock in the industry. Okay, there's pictures of him. You know, and I'm pretty sure you know, Google, they're not gonna let me. You know, we can look it up. ASAP Rocky, right? Because that's her baby daddy or whatever the hell he is. Okay, ASAP Rocky. There it is. Pictures right there.
Look at that. And
Yeah, this is her baby daddy. It came right up. There it is. ASAP Rocky. This is him.
And I believe that's a pentagram.
Yeah, it's a whole pentagram. That's his crew. And them goofy ass niggas, they have no idea what the hell they're even thinking. ASAP Rocky, that's why he's in the middle, because he is accepting all that influence. He's accepting all that suggestion.
Right.
Okay? So the fact that him and Rihanna got together, had most likely a solstice baby. Okay? This is a spring equinox baby.
Yeah.
Okay? This is where it gets real.
Yeah.
You know, so witchcraft, gang stalking, all of that takes place. Okay? It all takes place. And so, and I tell people all the time, you can believe what you want. All right? You can believe what, but if you're not covered by Christ, now I'm not even saying Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. If you're not covered by Yeshua HaMashiach, man, you are in for it, because this is serious, people. And I joke around sometimes, and I do, but when it comes to this crap, I don't pull any punches. Shit, as of right now, I got mine. I'm appendix carry right now. Okay? And I don't like saying that out loud, but that's how real it is. Cause see, these people, they are controlled by entities that me and you can't see. But and like what we talked about before, actually, not a lot of people know this, but when I started doing the tune-up show, so it's a couple years back.
Yeah.
And during that whole time, I took a big break from social media. I turned it off. I turned off everything. I only kept in contact with maybe 5 or 6 people. And those 5 or 6 people know who they are.
Yeah.
That's listening to this.
Yeah.
They know they know it.
Yeah.
And and people are saying, well, what happened? This is what I have to do. This is before I started doing this full body.
It's like a cleansing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a cleansing. So long story short, I was working on a video. It was bright, sunny, summer day. Mind you, I was home all day. I wasn't working. Yeah. Bills were paid. La-di-da-di-da, lollipops, rainbows. Yeah. Everybody was good. Yeah. I took a shower. Yeah. I did my face. It was all great.
Feeling good.
Feeling great. I'm like, you know what? I want to do a video today. I want to do a show today. I'm going to do it. Once, as soon as I hit record, you hear the revving of engines. You hear the dirt bikes.
The gas light.
Now, mind you, I was home all day. Like, when I mean all day, that means I woke up around 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, cleaning, doing everything, whatever. Fixing myself, a breakfast.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, as soon as I sat down, it was like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. All you hear, revving of the engines, revving. And I'm like, man, seriously? They had all day to do this shit.
Right. Why they pick?
So that's what I want to get into. Spiritual gang stalking. because it exists. And I'm going to finish this up. I'm not going to drag it out any longer. So I get outside. Now, mind you, this is around the same time where I carry.
Yeah.
I have concealed carry.
Yeah.
So I have it on my waist, appendix carry. So it got to the point where it was almost violent to where I thought they were in my driveway.
Oh, wow.
That's how bad it was.
Imagine that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how loud and violent it got. Okay. So anytime other than that, it was like, okay, are these guys in my driveway? What's going on here?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I grab my firearm, put it in my holster, conceal it. I walk outside. As soon as I walk outside, everything stops.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, everything stops. As soon as I walk outside, everything stops. So I walk towards, so the way my house is, it's house, driveway, street, right? Like anything else, right? And then it's a cross street. So I walk all the way to the cross street. Next thing I know, I turn around. 3 dirt bikes are in front of my driveway. Didn't hear them or anything. Didn't hear them or anything. And so I'm like, man, what the freak is going on? So mind you, still carrying. Still got my, so I'm like, look, I don't wake up with the thought of trying to take somebody's life. That's not me. I don't do that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I look around and I say, you know what? I don't know what this is about. I pray to God. I set up a quick prayer and I said, God, help me here. Because this could end badly for these clowns that are being controlled by the enemy. So so the other 2 guys left. It was one person there in front of my driveway.
So the 2 guys left and 1 guy stayed behind.
One guy stayed behind, looking me dead in my face, still revving his engine in front of me, as I'm trying to get in my house. Now supposedly he's not a threat. So if I would have gunned him down, I would have went to prison for murder. Because he's not a threat. But it's an intimidation factor.
Right.
So that's when I look at it and I say, you know what? I know what's happening now. I said, God, get this guy away from me. God, do you want him to live or do you want him to die? That's up to you. I literally asked God, do you want him to live or die? And that's when I heard another voice say, yo, bro, let's go. We out. So he revved off. Because my shit was right here. But see, that's spiritual gang stalking. Spiritual gang stalking. That's how real it is.
It is. It is. They were using psychological warfare against you. But let me add, when the part of the story when you said when you came outside to pay attention, because rightfully so, any man in his right mind, when you hear something that don't sound or seem right in the vicinity of your own premises, you're gonna go check it out. Not unless you a beta male and you're gonna sit on the couch and say, you know what, I think that's about me, but I'm gonna just ignore it, leave it alone, because I don't want to go. No, you're gonna go, hey, hold on, I live here. This is my home, and my home is where I should hang my hat. What's going on here outside my damn door that I hear bikes inside my driveway? This is my property. I'm paying for this, not 3 kids on bikes. So rightfully so, you are gonna go out and inspect it. So what I want to add to your story is surveillance, and another one of these tactics that they use that they knew, right, as a way to bait you, which is another one of these gang stalking tactics, right, that they use like I was referring to earlier, the noise campaign. Well, you know what? Let's possibly, in their minds and the way the enemy speaks and the way the enemy thinks, you know what I'm saying, because his IQ is so low. Let's get him outside, and when he comes to see what we're doing, then we're going to still play more mind games with him. It's going to be mind game after mind game after mind game, which is a part of the CIA psychological warfare that they use. Now, was the CIA and the FBI outside? No, they wasn't. They weren't outside, but they used these coverts, which I call perpetrators, perps, P-E-R-P-S, perps. And they use these people You know, and just like Richard Mueller referenced these people in his statement to the former president, that they use these people wherever you are in your community to terrorize you. So it's a strong possibility that there were surveillance you from inside your home and knew that they could get a reaction out of you once you exited your home.
Exactly. And I just want to, bring this up right here, what we say harassment techniques include one, surveillance, being followed electronically. And like I said, this is another form of gang stalking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's the whole combination of baiting, propaganda, then they gaslight you. Hey, are you following me? Why would I be following you? I mean, that's their response. Hey, did you notice something weird out here? No, I didn't notice anything. So you just didn't hear all those bikes revving. Hey,
and that's what it was. No, you didn't hear anything. So I'm just by myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just said. So that's what I said. The only reason why I got outside was because I thought that these people were in my driveway, like about to come in.
Right.
So I said, okay, well, let me grab my 9 full clip. Let's go, because I know what I'm doing. Right. I got off of social media, and maybe these demonic spirits that are controlling these people want to know why I'm off of social media. Mm-hmm. And this is 2 years prior to me starting this. This was my biggest awakening. Okay, so like I said, I'm not trying to take from here, but bro, these are facts upon facts upon facts upon facts upon facts upon facts. Okay, targeted justice. Okay,
and there's a overview, right?
Yeah, I want you to talk about that.
So this is from Targeted Justice, and this is pretty much an overview of who they believe who is behind all of this government organized domestic terrorism.
All right, so this is the program, right? So let's blow it up. Oh, look at that. We're going to blow this up. Now, let's see if we can. Now, this is blown up. So we're recording this in live. This is being recorded live. So YouTube, you want to bother this? Then you're messing with the truth. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, YouTube. Relax.
Because the world, especially for a lot of other targeted individuals who are introverts, who are so scared to speak up for their own freedom, for their own right, who are being tortured daily, who are being harassed and followed, and your whole life has turned upside down, and you're being surveillance and don't have no privacy. Now, you don't have to have the fear to speak up for your own life. This is your life that God gave you. So how can you sit and watch and knowing that your neighbors and your whole community are working as a group against you to destroy you in any way they possibly can, mentally and socially? So the overview here, and like I said, I want to say that this is the opinions of rlighthouse.com and Targeted Justice. So first here in the overview, targeted individual program. So you see it's a program. So when you go outside and you notice certain things that aren't right with a lot of covert suspect individuals, if you're being followed every day, if you have all these symptoms that I just mentioned, as far as being baited, being followed, being gaslighted, when you're hearing voices inside your home, I just want all the people to know, and the targeted individuals who already know, this is a program. This is an illegal program that they don't tell you that you're in.
So can we name these people real fast, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
Let's name these people, because I don't know if.
Well, first up here they have the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds.
Okay.
Then under that they have the owners of the Federal Reserve.
So these are the handlers, CIA,
and it's fished out to all
David,
these people.
Was that Colleen?
Yeah, you have David Cohen, who's
David Cohen, yeah.
who's from the CIA, and it's
Dick
fished
Cheney,
out to
Dick Cheney,
who used to be the former vice president. Then it's fished out to the foreign affairs.
Okay.
And then from the foreign affairs, it's fished out to DARPA, and there's a worker from DARPA. Her name is Stephanie Tompkins. And then it's fished out to the Space Force, right? And there's a General Raymond from the USSF Space Force. Then they fish it out to the Office of Director of the National Intelligence Agency, and that's DNI.gov, and that was Avriel Haines. Then it's fished out to the Department of Justice, which is the DOJ, and I've actually contacted the DOJ numerous times, and they've never ever helped me out when I told them that I was being targeted. And this guy right here, his name is Merrick Garland.
Hold on, let's find him. Hold on, Merrick. You said Merrick?
Yeah, his name is Merrick Garland. And he's part of the, and he was now these
DCU Department of DOJ.
Yeah. Now these may be former employees of all of these agencies, but at the time this was created, they were active. So this is the Defense Intelligence Agency that's involved in it as well. And there's a guy named Scott Barrera, and he was involved in it. And of course we have the
there he is. Yep, Merrick.
Yep.
Scott. Like I said, it's all, low graded, but this is best we can get right now.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
And you see, it's a hierarchy. So when you have the Space Force involved, when you have the National Institutes of Health, Michael Lahr, you have the Schriever AFB, which is another branch of the Space Force. You have Colonel Beard. So you actually have a colonel from the military involved. DHS, of course.
Oh yeah, DHS is definitely
intelligence and analysis.
Well, I did a video on DHS, and they're all agents of the state. DHS is all. Their job is to take as many children as possible and to get them into the child trafficking rings.
The legal child trafficking.
The legal child trafficking.
That's exactly what it is.
And these men and women, they get stipends and bonuses for that. DHS is definitely part of that. And that's a big part of gang stalking.
Yep. And there's 10 coolest in the city of Philadelphia, I believe.
Oh yeah, Philadelphia is all
more.
They're all over.
Yeah. And then they also have, that's a part of this big conglomerate, this Gestapo of gang stalking, the National Counterterrorism Center, and there's Steve Vanek there if you tap on that. And they have the FBI National Security Branch, and also the FBI Terrorist Screening Center. All right, and they have Charles Cable, who was working at the time, and Jill Sanborn, who was working there at the time as well. And then after it was flushed down from all of these politicians in our government, they flush it down to the fusion centers. So the fusion centers are these off-brand police stations, right, that are supposed to be collecting intel and intelligence. And what they do at these fusion centers, right, is they help recruit and protect these so-called group or gang stalkers to invade your life, manipulate you, harass you, and gaslight you. So I've been through this personally when I stayed in the capital of New Jersey. And there's a fusion center maybe about 5 minutes away from West State Street where I stayed at. Philadelphia doesn't have fusion centers. No, but you see the hierarchy there. Where,
well, explain what are fusion centers? Explain that.
You know what? I can, like I said, we can look up the actual definition for fusion centers, but I know their information, their off-brand state police information units that they gather and share information with another place called RIS, which is the regional.
Okay, so it's ran by Homeland Security.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, it came right up. They're not hiding that at all. That's fine.
So a lot of these a lot of these gang stalking tactics.
Yeah. You said it came right up.
Yeah. They're all They're all fished out.
There it is, Fusion Centers.
Right?
All right, yeah, here it
Fusion
is.
Centers.
Fusion Centers are state-owned and operated centers that serve as focal points in states and major urban areas for the receipt, analysis, gathering, and sharing of threat-related information between state, local, tribal, and territorial (parentheses) SLTT, federal, and private sector partners. The national network of Fusion Centers brings critical context and value to Homeland Security and law enforcement that no other federal or local organization can replicate. Fusion Centers accomplish this through sharing information, providing partners with a unique perspective on threats to their state or locality, and being the primary contact between frontline personnel, state and local leadership, and the rest of the Homeland Security enterprise. Okay. So you hit that right on the money.
Right. So this was all a part. So Fusion Centers are all a part, right, of this Gestapo, right? And they are pretty much police officers. So if you ever visit a Fusion Center, they're police officers. And they have these big government cars that they drive, and they're all a part of this organized gang stalking, this Gestapo.
Wow.
So this is just the definition. So say if
Right. That's just the overall view of what's happening.
So
here.
how they operate is they back up the gang stalkers. So say if I were to leave and I'm unlawfully and unjustly being targeted, if I go to a state or a city that has a Fusion Center, unlike Philadelphia, and I come out my friend's house, I'll have 3, 4, 5, 6 cars follow me and swarm on me and follow me everywhere I go, harass me. So if I try to take a seat on the park bench as an American citizen, they will pull up and they will watch me. And then if I try to leave and go down the alleyway, they'll have a car that'll follow me down the alleyway. Then I'll have an actual police car sit on the side, and he's surveillancing everything from his car. So it's really, really scary. They really, really want you to feel like you're an enemy of the state. They want you to feel like there's no help, because once you find out that the government and the police
and then when
are
they make
behind
people
you,
like you think like you are out of your mind.
because because back to the story of the Muslim guy, I thought initially that it was just criminals following me. So when the police, and I wound up leaving out of the area and I went to New Jersey, where no one should know me in New Jersey, where no Philadelphia police are and no one else, right? The same thing followed me and started happening to me in New Jersey. So then I started doing more research. I said, okay, well, these aren't cameras in my house. I'm living in a hotel for years because it's COVID. So I'm in all over South Jersey for a whole year, living in this hotel, that hotel, this hotel.
So you really believe? So like I said, I'm not saying you believe.
Yeah.
Like I don't believe you. Like I understand. I believe you. So I'm just saying. So you believe that because this was happening to you, this is why you had to literally, you had to literally uproot yourself every chance you got, just so that
I could test
you
the
can
system
avoid
out.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because so
you were doing this on your own.
Yes, because
okay.
it'll get you to the point.
But it got to the point where you knew, like, oh shit, like
I'm
this
being
is
followed.
I'm being followed.
But I don't know who's behind it. I didn't know who's behind it. So like I said, I thought this Muslim dude, he was a part of organized crime. So I'm thinking it's him. Mm-hmm. Right? And he just got a hard on for me, right? just can't stop watching me, can't stop following me,
right?
Can't do any of that stuff.
But these, like I said, in the first part we discussed already, these men, they come out of prison with certain right. So they come with certain orders,
confidential informant,
right? Confidential,
and
exactly.
The feds have all of these illegal programs.
Yeah, exactly.
So after maybe right, they'll tell on a few people. And then some people will go to jail, and then they'll do half their time. Perfect case, Sammy the Bull, right? Perfect case. He killed 20 people, and he only did 5 years by helping the federal government put away so many mob families in New York City. So that shows you how the federal government works with criminals. You know what I mean? And that's old hat. Everyone knows that. Everyone's seen that. Everyone's heard of John Gotti and Sammy the Bull and the Gambino family and the mob and stuff like that. So the government always works with organized crime and criminals to extract information and also, right, for their own nefarious reasons.
Right.
So I always thought that this guy was organized crime. Then I come to find out that before I leave, after a year I left Philadelphia and I'm in New Jersey, another Muslim guy pulled up 2 weeks before I left, and I have cameras, and he was sitting.
No, like okay. So I want to like we did the disclaimer before.
Right.
You know, when we say Muslim guy, this is just who this person perceived to have been.
Well, he was. I know he was a part of that same group that
were watching you before.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
So like I said, for any Muslim person, man or woman or child that's listening to this, this is not a shot to the Islamic religion. This is a shot to the people that are under the pre-assumption of being Muslim, and they're under direct orders from another entity or organization.
I have Muslim people in my family. Actually, there were some good Muslim people, and I don't know what mosque they were from, but they contacted the same individual, right, who I live next door to, and was trying to get him to stop and leave me and my family alone. So that's how good real Muslim people are. You know what I'm saying? You know, there you have a lot of good Muslim people who are upright and they follow, you know, what they believe is true. You know what I'm saying? And they have good hearts. So there's no way I could sit here and just judge somebody because they follow a particular religion. Like I said, there were I contacted in this city Muslim people to contact that Muslim guy, and they contacted that mosque within minutes because they're all connected. It's like a brotherhood.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Indefinitely.
Yeah. So they had contacted him within minutes and put me on the phone and was talking to him, and he pretty much denied all of his illegal activities and behavior. And then I said, you know what? Well then, you know, law enforcement has to handle this because it's getting to the point where, as you know, this and I think some other Muslim brothers refer to this type of individual as a renegade. And when I went to a lot of deep-rooted Muslim places along the city of Philadelphia, the word was on the street is, well, we got rid of those guys years ago. We went inside Germantown and such. And
I remember that.
And we have ran those guys out.
But it's always what they say.
This
you
is
dig up
remnant.
a weed. You dig up a weed. Two more grow in its place.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to say this because we're up against it a little bit. I want to keep this, and like I said, I want you to come back too. Yeah. You know, I want you to bring more of this information out, more stuff out. But I want to, I want to keep this in perspective.
Right. That it's all the government. So this guy was working with the government.
I want to ask you this. What will you say? Someone is obviously listening right now. That could be
tons.
Exactly. So someone could we haven't uploaded this yet. So when we upload it and it's in the YouTube sphere, right? It's everywhere. Yeah. So what will be your advice to someone that is someone that is experiencing this type of gang stalking? They may not even know what it is, but they're experiencing.
I didn't know what it was.
Well, exactly. They don't know what it is.
I didn't know
people
what it was.
Staring at them.
I didn't know
people
what it
following
was.
them. The same car. This and third.
Different
what,
car, yeah.
what would be your advice to the people that's listening right now that could be that could be listening?
I would probably say, and this is from the senior executive, the ex FBI official, Ted Gunderson, you know, and when he mapped it all out, you know, he realized that, you know, not only is this a black ops operation, but they're using the defense contractors' technology as well. And these defense contractors like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, They have operations all over the world, all over the globe. So I think, where can you actually go to find peace, to where you'll be left alone and they won't bother you or harass you for the sake of their demonicness and their bulliness? This is a bully system. So my advice would be, I don't know, because I would have used it. I couldn't even answer. I don't know. I'd say leave the country. But the information,
I'm not laughing, but like, you're right though.
the information that I know, they have operations over the whole globe.
Yeah, this is bigger. Look, the stuff that you're bringing up,
It's a Gestapo.
it's exactly, it's beyond anyone's pay grade. The only people that know about this are the people that are still doing it in the dark, and the ones who wanted to expose it, they're no longer among the living. Right or wrong?
Some of them died off naturally. One of this FBI guys had cancer, but Robert Mueller, no one's bothering him, and he's now a lawyer.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
No one's bothering him, and he was the original whistleblower who let all this. This is how I got my information from him. A 3-year-old can go on Google and download
figure
all this
everything out.
information. Yeah,
Exactly.
All this is declassified. This is nothing secretive or anything else like that.
But see, it's hard. You know what? You know why it's so hard to come out with a lot of this stuff and just even talk about it? Because a lot of people, they're very okay with their life. They're very fine with their living, how they're living, what they want to live. They're very fine with it. But what a lot of people don't understand is that, hey, there are powers that be, powers that are at work, that you have no idea if it involves you. And it involves all of us. Everybody in this country. Okay? Like I told somebody before, go on Instagram. Go to your search engine on Instagram, and they will tell you what they want you to look at. All you see is brown skin, light skin, fair skin chicks, fat asses, big titties, pretty faces, and that's all you gonna get because that's what they want you looking at.
Right.
If you are a chick and you doing that, they will send you pictures of hot guys,
Bearded men.
bearded men,
Bearded men with muscles
8-pack, 6-packs, muscles upon muscles,
and money.
and money. This is what they send women, and that's what they send men. They want everybody following each other, those same bullshit standard. That's why you see a lot of women in gym. Because, see, they're in gym because they want a cat too. Now, like I said in the first one, I have no problem with the curves, the booty, the body of a woman.
I love the booty.
Exactly. I have no problem with
Breast. Love
Yeah.
the breast. Yeah.
that. Hey,
Hey.
look,
Give it to me.
look, titties are great.
Hey, listen.
But here's the thing. Is it for me? Is it in my bedroom? Is it loyal to me? Is it my wife? Is it the mother of my children? Can we work this out together? If you can't answer that question, that woman is not for you. That woman is for the streets.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in retrospect with women, okay, yeah, he's hot. He looks good. 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever.
He got money.
He got money. He doing this. But is that your husband? Is that the man you want raising your boys? These are the questions that society has to answer, because let me tell you something. America, ever since dickhead Joe Biden was elected,
Or stole the election.
well, that's another
Yeah.
video.
I'm gonna say, in my opinion, it was stolen.
Well, you damn right.
Yeah.
It was. Look, in fact, it was stolen. It was stolen. Anyone in their right mind can know. Like, because see, the United States Army is not ever supposed to be on U.S. soil. They were on U.S. soil when he was inaugurated. You see what I'm saying? You remember the inauguration,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I remember that.
What was the United States Army doing in battle mode? They were in battle mode.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, they were in battle mode.
Look at that.
What were they doing in battle mode during the inauguration? See, a lot of people don't want to pay attention to that. It was like, oh, it was still no, it was more than that. A whole lot more. They were in battle mode. They looked like they were in stance. They were here. So that's how you know this country is already gone. This country is under another entity. It's under another power.
And the people refuse to come to grips that their precious world that they spend 24 hours in, 7 days a week, is not what they think it is. And that's the biggest fear that mankind have to face. This is not the same American apple pie, baseball, red Corvette driving America that you thought it was years ago. This is completely different America, and every day, every week, every year, it's showing what it is.
You know what? I'm gonna end it right here, bro. Man, thank you so much.
I'll be back.
Yo, you gonna be back, bro. Like, you gonna be back. Yo,
I'm the Stalkinator. I'll be back.
it's talking.
I'll be back.
It's talking.
I'll be back.
Yo, E,
Doing away with
I
stalkers.
appreciate you, man.
Doing away with these stalkers.
Definitely, yo,
I appreciate you letting me come through and eat on this format, man.
yo. You got look. It's all on YouTube now. Like, hopefully, they'll let us do the part 2 on there too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we look. It's here.
Yeah.
So look, man. Look, that's it, y'all. This is the Tune Up Show. I'm Sam B. That's your boy E.
Tune up to the Tune Up Show.
Yeah, boy. We are out of here. Peace.